What's going on? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's going on with this crazy market, huh? Mig Ace, D. Daniel. Hello, Shirley. Or hey, hi, brother. Mr. Cajun Power. Raging Cajun. Mr. White, LD, Tom Snitchler. How's everybody doing? Man, what's going on? What's going on with this stuff? I got a new monitor here too. Everything's kind of moved around on me. Let's see here. Had a big drop. Had a big old drop. I just wanted to go over some levels. I wanted to go over the day. I had a show tonight for music, but it got canceled for weather, so I thought, hey, I'll hop on with the family a few minutes. I don't get to do a lot of evening lives here recently, it don't seem like. And yeah, appreciate everybody hopping on with me. I surely do. If you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button for me. Thank you. Thanks, Jorge. Thank you. Yep, U.S. credit downgrade. Which screen am I sharing here? Let's go. Is that it? There we go. U.S. credit rating downgrade. Moody's. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but I want to say a year or better ago, Forest Pump, it is in the description of this video. Yeah, I want to say somewhere around a year ago, Josh, I don't even know if Josh will remember this or not, but Josh touched on this and what would ever happen if we were to get downgraded, and this I'm not going into pure panic mode. Moody's downgraded us. Oh, of course it's going to want me to sign up for this crap. Moody's downgrades U.S. credit rating from top level for the first time amid fears over soaring debt. It's no surprise we are in debt up to our eyeballs, and no matter what political party you support, doesn't seem like either one has done much of a job doing anything for the debt over the past forever. It did not see a real effort by the government to cut spending, and that expected the U.S.'s fiscal performance to deteriorate compared with other highly developed economies. It further said that President Trump's tariffs will significantly hurt the nation's long-term growth, and that expects the federal debt burden to rise about 134% of GDP by 2035. One notch downgrade on our 21-notch rating scale reflects the increase over more than a decade in government debt and interest payment ratios to levels that are significantly higher than similarly rated sovereigns, Moody's said in a statement. So basically, the government has spent too much money and don't pay enough debt off. Oksana, you know, I bought one kind of as a lotto play. I didn't feel strong enough about it to announce it. And I did not buy it because of this news, because I didn't know the news. The last play I had of the day, and I'm going to review the day with you guys too. I want to go over the day and go over my levels and just review with you what I had on the chart this morning for you. But the last play of the day, I think for me was up in here. Had a little run off the top. Quick call up to 594.50. I did see room to 596, but the momentum was so slow today, it just didn't happen. Didn't get there. Didn't have enough gas behind it. So let's go over the chart. Ken Tosh, boom, baby. Children's Hospital Mission Purpose, good ending, champ spy. Yes, good ending. Yeah. It was a good, I mean, if anybody played my levels off of it, it was a pretty good day. Splits guy, I have one put. I bought a put at the top just because I thought, we might get a pullback before going any higher, but this is not what I expected. I don't mind it at all, for sure, but I was not interested in holding over the weekend. As far as calls go, I think we were due for a little cool off. Didn't see this news coming, though, for sure. Did not see this news coming. So, just a little bit here and there. Bruce. Yeah, I get this accent by all natural. Hello, VCD McDaniel. How are you, my friend? And I'm on another device driving. T.Y. Patel. Hey. Forrest Pump in the house. Vikrant Sivakumar. Hey, hey. LD in the house. Mig Ace in the house. Let's go over the day. Hello, Simple Home. How are you? Let's go over the day. Let me get my screens right here. There we go. All right. We're just going to start this day out. I'm also going to go over my levels and how I listed them this morning. If you played my level today, then you had to be patient. So here's my level this morning. Resistance at 592.50 and then 596. Support at 591, 589, 587. We almost got to 589. 589.40 was the bottom today. Let's go over, especially for anybody new, and how I see the day as the day is going on, and how I go level by level. In the live trading, can you call out the calls or puts you are going to take maybe 1 minute before you really think you're going to enter? Okay, Bruce, I'm going to... I will answer that for you as far as 1 minute before, no, but I'll try to do better about maybe what I'm about to say can answer that for you, okay? Ice 199. I need to drag the on side. Nice. I like that. I like to hear that. Okay. I'm going to do today, and then I'm going to do the whole week for you, okay? I'm just on a 5-minute chart, guys. Y'all know I like the 5-minute chart. Yeah, Bruce, so here's here's the generalization, Bruce. And if you understand in the money and out of the money, this is, this isn't for everybody. Some people already know all this stuff. But if you don't know all this stuff, then, here's a quick rundown. If we are, if we're going to take a position towards the first couple of hours of the day, let's say the price is $5.90. Okay, or let's see, where did we open today? $591.80. Okay, right in here somewhere. $591 area. Bruce, it is a generalization that if you now how does it do that? Let me get that one over there. This one over here. Sorry, guys. I'm getting used to these new monitors. Okay. All right, Bruce. Here's today's date. I mean, these contracts are expired now. If we were going into, let's pull up Mondays, for instance. And let's go off the green number up here, 594, which is where we closed, and that's where these contracts were listing at. If we were opening and going into calls, at this point, if it were me, I will be 1 or 2 strikes out of the money, either way, for calls or for puts. You can make this choice yourself. It does not matter. What matters is that you don't go start buying contracts that are like 10 cents and 15 cents. You can't buy those and expect anything, okay? Which ones you're about to maybe? Okay, so you understand in the money, out of the money. Either way, we're going on. If I'll say on the SPY, okay, on the SPY. This is pretty much true for everything, I'd say, except for Tesla or something that has very expensive options. You may go a little further out of the money. We're not holding these contracts long enough for much of the theta to kick in and start eating the contracts. So it doesn't matter what you choose. If you want to choose at the money, if we're at 594, you want to take a 594 call that are more expensive, they will move less percentage, but the dollar amount is going to be worth more. So it's a pro and a con whether you could buy one of these at 594 or you could buy 2 of these at 596. You could buy 2 of those, sell one at 10 or 15% and hold a runner, okay? It's totally up to you which option contract you choose. It doesn't matter. We're going to be on the SPY or the QQQ, 1 or 2, maybe 3 strikes out of the money, and that's it. Just pick one and go with it. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, this was my last level right here, 588.40. If we start getting under this over the weekend and in the 24-hour session on Sunday night, I will consider SQQQ shares. So it's inverse to the Qs, and you can buy those in the 24-hour market. They're going to be way up right now. See, could have bought. I told everybody this last week. I played this a week or so ago, but I played the TQs instead of the SQs. So if the Qs are going down, the SQs are going up. If you would have bought this after hours when this news happened, I wasn't around, but $10,000 worth of shares from $23.45 to about $1 a share right now. You can make a little bank if you got a good enough account to work with. If you have a really small account, these are going to be smaller moves, not great moves, but you can still make decent off of them. Now, that's the options, man. I'm always a few 1 or 2 strikes out. The further in the day, if I stay on 0 DTEs, then I have to constantly dial back and play closer to the money. I would probably be in a 593, which is in the money, because I don't want to be buying stuff that's 20 and 30 cents. Okay. Christian who is that? Shatan 47. Terry, I can show you that in just a second. The United States credit rating got downgraded. It got downgraded. So yeah, this is kind of my line in the sand already, 588.40. So I think we're right in the thick of all this structure from 3 days ago. Those lows would be my next target, somewhere in this neighborhood, 586.40, another, maybe even 586.20. About $2 more down if we start breaking through this level hard. How do you trim your contracts in turbo options? So you'll see right now I'm holding one put here for Monday, I think it was. Yep. I got a 596. Now, if I wanted to trim this, if I had 5 positions that I bought, I hit 5, click this, hit the buy, and I buy it, I would then switch this number back to 1 or 2 and be selling one at a time. Sell, 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 sell. That's how you trim. What's up, Gary Walker? Terry, hopefully that's what you're asking. There's you can also set a stop loss under the positions tab. I've been showing people that. So if you're in a position, okay, you want to set a stop loss, go to positions, click the contract. Then the contract appears on a chart. Okay. Normally, I spread this price action out, or I drop it like to a 2-minute chart so I can adjust it easier. It lists your contract right here. All you do is simply highlight it. These words stand for take profit and stop loss. So highlight, click this tag, pull your mouse down. I could set it here at, like, let's say 20%, and then I could set a take profit up here, 70%, and then hit confirm. It won't let me do it right now because the market's closed for options, but that's how you do a stop loss. Okay. Click your contract, highlight the tab, take profit, stop loss, click it, pull it down, pull it up, confirm. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Now, I'm also going to go back and analyze this day for us. Oh, good job, Faiza. If I'm saying that right. How do you sell stop losses based on the price of SPY as opposed to the price of the contract? Hello, Omar. How are you, my friend? You're welcome, Terry. How do you sell stop losses based on the price of the SPY? You really can't be jamming. You just have to, there's no way to do that. It's just the price. I mean, you can compare the charts side by side and get a visual, but I don't, there's no way for me to say if the SPY is 5.86 and this contract's going to be 88 cents or what, I just kind of go off the contract price is what I do. When you set your stop loss, they keep on running. I feel you. Okay. Now, how do you set stop losses? Yeah, same. I guess same answer, same principle, brother. It would be. Okay. I will show you this tool on Webull now. Okay, this is called Grids up here. This allows you to split your chart view. I can run a chart on top, 2 on bottom, 2 in the middle, split. Now there's another new tab right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the 5th one over under Grids. So just select Grids, go 5 over. Now I will tell you before you do this, before you even split your screen. Okay. Tap Grids and go to Indicators. And make sure you check that. That way both charts look the same, okay? So let's do this once. We're going to go to the 5th one over under Grids. Click this. Now, when I go under Positions and select the contract I have, this is a very handy tool. It puts the contract on one and the SPY on the other, so you can track them together. Okay. I really like this. So you can see that you have to change the time frame. That's on a 1 minute. So let's do a 5 minute on the SPY. We got a 5 minute on the contracts. You may have to adjust your candles some. These were puts, so you see they ran inverse all day. Here's 9:35 this morning. The puts ran inverse to the actual price because the price rose most of the day. It puts your chart on one side, your contract on the other. And the same thing, I can highlight this, do take profit or stop loss, and confirm. It won't let me right now, but that's how you do that. I love that tool. I really do. If you're in an option, you can click Simulate My Returns, and you can see the option price in relation. This works after hours too. Yeah, Cajun, I thought that was for after hours, so you could simulate the return on it, so you'd know where the price is after hours, and be able to see kind of where you would be at. That's cool. Thank you, Jorge. Oh, absolutely. ICE 199. Yeah, absolutely. This is way faster than setting anything on your phone that you'll ever do. Way faster. And I used the phone for years and years and years. I still grab it every now and then if I gotta walk in another room or leave for a few minutes. I'll watch it. Yeah, Manford, I'm sure. I guarantee they were. Ihab Abu Afia. Man, it's good to see you. Good to see you, my brother. Yeah, I haven't saw you in a while. Good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah, y'all, this is a handy dandy tool right here. You can really, if you're watching in the middle of the day, you can watch the price of the SPY and the price of your contract at the same time. So it's under grids. Just go to grids, pull it up, fifth tab over. It'll be blank until you go under the positions tab and click on the contract, okay? All right. Okay, let's analyze the day. Hey, DB, how are you? How are you, my friend? Let's go analyze the day right fast. And I'm going to pull TradingView up for this. Let me get my comments back up so I don't miss anything. KT, I don't use Moomoo. I tried it a few times. I didn't like it. I don't like the interface. I don't like the indicators. I would recommend to you, if you're in the United States, to consider taking the time to exit with Moomoo and move over to Webull. I've tried the desktop. Navigation's not friendly. I've not found the options tools that I thought were very friendly at all. So I don't really like it. I did hear somebody did tell me Moomoo was trying to add in a turbo function, but to my knowledge, it hasn't happened yet, so I don't know. Harold and Sarah, is that Sarah? Sari Perez, thank you. Appreciate you so much. Sherry, it dropped because the United States credit rating was downgraded by Moody's, so that hurt. I reckon that one hurt us a little bit. Okay, so oftentimes we can look back in hindsight and see, when sometimes we shouldn't be greedy. We should learn to take profits. And I am still holding some things, and I'll look at some charts for you guys while I'm on here if you want me to. I had mentioned APLD a little bit, and I did mention SMCI this morning. I kind of missed that. I did get APLD. I didn't get an announcement out, though, I will say. I missed it. I missed getting to announce it. Found it really late last night. Live did you get in last when you crossed the VWAP, if you remember? Yeah, ICE 199. Yeah, the more you use Webull, the more you're gonna like. Yeah. Let's see here. Is in sound and NVIDIA. Symbol, I had gave it a few minutes ago. Well, it just broke the last one I had at 588.40. It's not flushing hard, but I had 588.40, then 586.40. That was my next two levels down. So I want to go over a day with you guys from the get-go and show you throughout the day, even later in the day, how I play. I'm going to start off with my pre-market. Pre-market is the brown background. Pre-market high is here. Okay. I encourage people to also color code your lines. I make my pre-market yellow, and I make my morning market purple now. So here is the bottom of pre-market. Now, when I mark the bottom of pre-market here, the first thing I notice is I see a channel. If I stretch my line on across, do you guys see that? If I zoom in on this nicely. Everybody see that? I know this isn't the body of this candle. It is the body of this candle, and they're so close. I'm going to go off the low point of that green candle. And that's my pre-market level. And it created, if I do this, I bring that all the way to pre-market beginning. I have myself a channel here of consolidation. Now, things look a lot easier to me visually when I have that channel loaded up, right? I can tell you immediately, if we just waited for lows to break or highs to break, right here's your play. Here's the back test. Here's the run up. Here's the top of the day. That's how I see it in my head. That's how I visualize it. Now, and I need to get my comments up here. Let's see here. Where can we see the SPY bounce? Trade on 4 tablets. Symbol, thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Symbol. Inside, trade on 4 tablets. Oh my God, Bruce. 4 tablets and 2 smartphones, 7 devices all on stands. You see this 5 minutes welcome. Spar, can you go over how to find those morning trade setups? Hit the like, fam. Yeah. Yes, Henny, this is pre-market high. The yellow is pre-market high. And man, it never wants to come off the drawing tool. Why is that? All right, let me start over here. Okay. I'm gonna analyze this whole week with you too, right fast. This was a weird morning. I'll say most of the day was choppy. The next thing we want is the first 3 5-minute candles, high and low. And I'm going to make those a different color. It's so close to the bottom of pre-market, right? You really got to take time to zoom your candles in. Bring these things, it's right on top of this body. 1, 2, 3. It's on the bottom of that red one. So that's how that's what I'm going off of. Okay, ready? First play right here. that candle. This candle, 590.30 to 589.40. Almost 1 point. Not a full 1 point, but it was a good flush candle, and that was a great play. Now, next thing I mark, because we reversed immediately, is that line down there. I'm going to make that line different because right now that line has now become to me low of day. Okay. Something else you can do is you can click on these on anything that any charting platform you use. Change it up. Make it a hyphen or something. Make it broken dotted or broken lined. Low of day. Okay. I can wait. If I want to play any more downside, that's got to break, or I got to get a retest off of an indicator. Okay. Now, the only other thing right here that begins to make sense to me is this series of candles here. Right? We're playing with pre-market lows and morning market highs, and we're just constantly sitting here playing with it for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes. This is where people mess up. I know because I've done it myself. Guys, they want your money. They want your money. And they will get your money right here. Because they know you're going to try to trade that junk. And this is junk. That right there will kill you. It will take your profits. It will take your bacon that you were going to eat for breakfast and take it off your plate. They're going to take it from you. You have to be so patient for this. Because this is ranging right here, you really needed to wait for this line to be broke and getting a candle over top of it. And it was this little green candle right here. That was your confirmation candle. None of the rest of these gave you any confirmation. None of them. Not a daggone one of them. They weren't willing to break back down to the bottom of morning market, nor flush under it, nor make new lows. But for 30 minutes, it's probably sitting here tricking you out. You're thinking on this green candle, oh, it's about to rip. Boom. No, red candle. Oh, it's about to break. I'm going in puts. Nope, green candle. That stuff right there is what that will drive you crazy, and that will make you get impatient. You're going to lose your patience, and you're going to lose your money. Don't trade that stuff. When you get in a range, maybe you try one stab at it right here. And I'm telling you, if you go in on the break of this purple line, let's say this green candle here. Say this green candle starts breaking this purple line. Well, if you take your entry as it's crossing, then that entry has to also be, if you can't take a quick 8, 10, 12%, then that entry also should be your stop. That should also be your stop. So you're getting kicked out with basically zero loss. Okay. If that thing sucks back down, don't decide to run. Oh well, I'm out, but I didn't lose. And that's a win in my book. If my stop loss, or I don't use one, but if I sell at break even, I've not lost. Maybe I didn't get a big win, but I didn't lose anything either. So I lived to fight another trade, right? Okay. So the next place you can take a bet here, you can take a position, not a bet, but a position, is because this candle formed over this line and closed over this line. That's enough to give you confirmation. Now your next target is what? What is your next level above morning market? Today it's pre-market. So your next level above morning market gives you a target of pre-market highs. So you can hold until you're happy with profit, or you can hold to a point where you don't want to lose, you don't want to let this reverse on you, or you can hold till you hit your target. Your next target when you break morning market highs on a reversal like this has to be your next level up, which is pre-market highs. And that is exactly where it got to. Now, I gave everybody a level this morning. This was a safe level, and it was 592.50. Anything over 592.50, that played pretty decent today. 592.50 is right here. You got 592.50 to 593.50, 1 point, and you got a back test of this. Anytime we get a rip up and consolidation throughout the day, I'm going to mark that. You see how we got this run from here up to here, and then we consolidated, right? Look where this low was made. Well, I'm going to throw a line on it, and now that becomes my support. When we get up here, we go across pre-market highs, and we confirm over it. Then my support becomes pre-market highs. Now, the next thing I'm doing is looking for another reversal to become my next support. Where's that at now? Right here. That becomes my support. If I lose that, I have to respect it, right? I have to respect it. Instead, it comes down and holds right there. Now, we can turn on indicators like, for one, the 9 EMA. Now, this is why I run the 9 EMA on my chart. Because when we begin a trend on a 5-minute chart, the 9 EMA holds a trend pretty well on a 5-minute chart. That's the only reason it's on my chart, guys. We can back test the 9 often and get a play off of it. Or when we retake the 9, that is early entry often. And when you throw VWAP into the mix with it, here's VWAP, the white line. Right here, when we begin to retake the 9 and then VWAP, this starts giving me signs of reversal. Colombiano, happy Friday, my friend. So, chariots, I'll bring that up here in just a second. You think averaging down is a bad idea. LD, I think averaging down is great for when you're buying shares for like a swing and maybe a leap. I'm fine with averaging down for those. I don't average down on day trade options. I scale up. If it takes a level out for me, like VWAP, let's say we reclaim VWAP and I've got an early entry on this candle and it crosses it and holds with 2 contracts, okay, I'll add 2 more. We go up a little more, I might add 2 more. We go up a little more, I may add 2 more. If it's showing me constant strength and confirmation, then I'm okay to add a couple as I go. But very rarely will I average down on an option during a day trade. If I had this low today, if I had it marked as a low and we were coming into it and I was confident with the support level, I may start buying 1 or 2 calls as we come into it. And if it doesn't hold, then I have to cut it. But that's the only time I'll average down, if I'm really confident on a support level. Now, today was not one of those days. I really didn't, I'll be honest with you, I didn't see this level. I don't miss too many levels. I did not see this level. I thought we would flush to here. I really thought we would flush to 588.75 maybe. Is that what I said? What did I say? 589, 591 and 589. So I was looking for right here to hold. Well, we never got there. So I wasn't looking for that. That one got me. That one tricked me today. I turned the bands off, Kevin Allman. I don't like the bands on VWAP. Candlestick wick. Yep. I added. I'm not buying different contracts. I'm averaging. If I scale up, if it's proven to me it's holding a level, and I scale up with an additional couple of contracts, I always get the same contracts. That way it's lumping into the same price. Bruce, I don't always wait 15 minutes, but it is a great habit to form. Kenyan American Trucker, good evening, good morning from Kenya. Good morning, man. Thank you. Okay. So, all throughout the day, I'm constantly making new levels. Right there would have been my last one of the day, right here. And if this level holds, you do get a wick down right here, and then it reclaimed it on that last candle. You got a nice little run if you're scalping. So now let's throw in this. Let's throw in the MACD. Early in the morning, we did get a fake out on the 5 minute. That's why 5 minute doesn't hold a lot of water with me, but we did finally get a cross up on it. Let's go to a 15. A 15-minute MACD cross holds some water for me. It starts giving me some weight. Look right here, guys. 15-minute at 11:45 this morning. Right there. And it crossed in the zero line. So that was bullish. There's a second bullish indicator for you for this whole rip up. Let's go to a 30-minute. How's a 30? Like I've said before, the 30 and the 1 hour. If these lines are up here above the zero line of the MACD, we are in bull hands for that particular time frame, at least. 1 hour has never left the zero line. Look, guys, ever since we got that let me set this on auto a second. Look, ever since we got that pump, that big rip up back here, I'm just going to turn VWAP off. Ever since we got that rip up, we got a cross back here. It has never left from the top side of the zero line. Actually, from right here too. It's never left. So we are looking a little, we're looking a little bearish on this credit, on this news. You only trade in the morning. Kevin Alderman, 80-90% of my trades are in the morning. Yeah, I mean, I scalp a little throughout the day when I've got time, but not a whole lot. Sometimes you can catch a decent move. Most of the time, the momentum has left, and I hate when it's slow. Do you market price when you scale up? Yeah, I market everything, LD. Thank you, Jorge. Appreciate that. So yeah, the 1 hour, guys, be really mindful. If this bad boy finds its way to continue through the zero line on the 1 hour, the 1 hour holds some weight. You've seen me call some good calls off the 1 hour. Now let's go back. Let's go back and analyze the week, okay? I've just analyzed the day with you. I've shown you how I played the day. And look, if we were in market hours trading this is what I would have done. I would have said, this candle broke my last low right here. Okay? What's the low before that? Well, it's pre-market high. Looky here. This candle continues under pre-market high. Okay? What's it do? It comes down and bounces basically on morning market right in here. Very general area, but it does bounce off morning market. Comes back up. Now this is why I run the 9 EMA. Here's your buy. Right here's your buy for puts, guys, if this is market hours. Right there. On the 9 EMA, because why? Because until right there would be get out if this green candle shook me out. This one could have shook you out, this big wick, but once we got right back under the 9, I would just re-enter. Now, then it breaks this level, comes down, look where it consolidates each time, in between the levels we marked already. Now it comes down and broke low of day. There's you another put if we were in market. What did it do just now? It retested the 9 EMA. Came down again. See a pattern? See a pattern? It level by level. I like to trade level by level. And if you do that, you limit your risk at the same time if you trade level by level. I swing trade a little bit, but not a whole lot. You have to swing trade level by level, but it's on a larger time frame. And risk can become less control. You lose control when you begin to hold options overnight and things you can't get out of when you're on larger time frames, thinking of a week or 2 weeks. You don't have control anymore. During the day, I have control. Right now, I do have one put, but right now, if Big Don comes out with the tweet machine and says something super bullish, then my put is going to be cooked. So, if you're doing options overnight, you have to limit risk with position size, guys. Jorge Lopez, thank you, my friend. James, the news was the United States credit rating got cut. Okay, Kevin Allman. I think you're not the only one that does that, man. So, once we get off the live, I think some people treat that as their safety net, and I get it. It's kind of like, it's kind of like you got some guidance there, and I get that. So you should, most of the time when I get off, I give you a couple of my levels I'm looking for. You should probably stop unless one of those levels are broke, and you will start maintaining your wins and keeping your profits until you get to a point on your own where you're disciplined enough to make decisions that really make sense to you. So yeah, that's this whole day for me. Level at a time, guys. Level at a time. LD. That's very situational. I did buy one put at the top up here just because I felt like we needed a pullback, not because of news, because I didn't know the news hadn't dropped yet. So, and I bought for Monday, but if I buy like that, I buy in the money. I don't buy out of the money at all. I buy in the money. Most of the time, like if Monday rolls around and I think, okay, I want to buy a call, and I think I'll sell it Tuesday or Wednesday, I would buy Friday at least. I would buy a week on it at least, and I would buy in the money, at least a strike or two in the money, so it can withstand some volatility. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question. How much? Yeah, I tried not overtrade Air Force One. What's up, Burris? Burris County. Chariots, I'm going to bring that volume profile up. How much of a difference of price is typical when buying? I noticed my feel was quite different than when I clicked buy. It was like 10 cents. John, yeah, if timing is often prudent. If you're buying in it while a candle is moving, it can fluctuate. Like if this was my line right here, like right here, and this red candle was coming down, but I thought this was support, I would be trying to buy I would try to be buying calls as that candle was nearing my line. Sometimes I'm trying to watch tick by tick with these candles. It can mess you up a little bit if you got a fast moving candle and you click in the wrong direction as it's moving. It can wick you a little bit. I get it. Artem, you're welcome, my friend. You are welcome. Okay. Nice, Bruce. FISA, see you Monday, but don't hold losers, Kevin. That's right. Jay Moore, I buy on the cross of my level. There is more confirmation waiting on a confirmation candle, but often I'm already up. But there's two theories. You can buy on the cross of a candle or the cross of a line, but then I start treating that line as my line in the sand, and I won't hold it if it starts going the wrong way. I will re-enter the trade, but sometimes if that's hard to do with a really small account, I worked up and got myself a decent account built up where I can just re-enter the trade if I want to, and it does make it easier. I will be honest with you. Chariots, thank you for the super chat. Burris County, I'm so glad to hear that, man. Thank you. Okay, so let's do a 15-minute chart. I'm dropping the 9 EMA. I'm not running any EMAs, no VWAP here, okay? So back here is Monday. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, back here's Monday. We got that big gap up, right? Big gap up. I want you to, check this out. From the last, what is this, April? So, last several weeks over, this was pretty much our highs right in here about. You could run it up to that 570. Call it 570 because of this day. Those were highs. We gapped up. We broke those highs. We came up. Here's Monday. Monday makes a low. There's my low right now that I'm watching. Monday makes a high right here, right? Guys, if you want to become more accurate with less risk, you play breakouts. Here is Monday's high. Here's Monday's low. Tuesday opens, and immediately we open over top of Monday's high, right? Right here. We're making new highs. We're breaking highs. We're making highs. Okay, here's Tuesday. Guess what? Tuesday makes a high right here. Guys, look where Wednesday goes. Here's Tuesday's highs. Here's Wednesday's highs. Same spot. Wednesday low. You can mark that level in between. Here you go. Pre-market lows. And the lows through the day never break pre-market lows. They never break and hold. They wick once. What happens in aftermarket when we do break that level? We come down almost tap this level really close, and we bounce. Guess what happens when we retake the previous low? Now it becomes support again right here. It was resistance because we broke it. We break highs, we make highs. We break this high. Guess what else we broke? Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday's highs right here. Breakout trading, guys. Breakout trading. Guess where we back test? Same spot. Make sense? Make sense? This is now support. I like to simplify stuff. That becomes support. we bounced off of it, and well, we made a high in pre-market. So that's why we marked that pre-market high, and we got Thursday's high, which is also the same as, look at that, pre-market low, right? Pre-market low and Thursday high, identical levels. So what happens when we got the day? We've already analyzed the day on a small time frame. A couple of times you could have took, or check this out. When we break highs, we make highs, right? When we break it, we make it. Come on. That's it, Ice. I'm telling you. When we're trending, maybe this is where the market tests you. Maybe you spend a whole day and you don't get a trade. I know it happens, right? I mean, there's small scalps sometimes that we can trade. But what happens if we just say, I'm not taking a trade until oh man, am I missing it? Look what happens, guys. When we break lows, we make lows. Right there. Just happened. We're still coming down. So that's like a simple way to trade that I like to do. And the simpler I can make it, because I'm not a smart guy at all. I'm really not. I'm not a book smart person. I cannot I can't retain what I read. So I don't learn from books. I can't learn from books. I just can't do it. Never have been able to. I'm not a learner by reading. Like, I have to have a visual or laying my hands on it. That's how I learn. So I like to make things simple as I possibly can. And if I break highs, I'm making highs. If we break lows, we make lows. If you mark these, go back and analyze a week at a time, right? Analyze a week at a time. There you go, Lisa. After a level is broke and a new one is formed, do you still keep the old level? Oz for a week or so, yeah. Like we're in this. So I would want these levels. What if the market decides to pull back some next week? Well, I want to have some targets on my list or on my chart that I can be looking at to say, hey, what was previous low? What was previous high? Thanks, Mig. Thank you. So I like to look at it like that, man. I'll leave it up on my chart. I ain't saying something from 2 months ago is going to give you a play on a 5-minute chart, but as we begin to approach next week, well, I want to know where Friday's high was. I'm going to call it 594.50. And often I will do this. I'll anchor a text on it. And I'll say previous week high. Okay? Once I do that, oh, I did the wrong type. Sorry about that. Maybe here. Is that how you do that? previous week high, something like that. So I got it marked on my chart. Yeah, I think it stays with it now. Yeah, there we go. If I'm coming into a weekly high or a weekly low, that's a level. That is a level. Now, if I was, as we start Monday, I want to know what happened back here this week. I want to know that, hey, this was the weekly low. This was the weekly high. That's a big range, you know. That way you know what you're looking at. Thanks, Jorge. I might could sip on a little bourbon with you, guys. Yeah. I promised somebody I would do the volume profile for a minute, so I'm gonna remove all these drawings, guys. Does anybody want to screenshot this or anything, or this was. You can do this on different time frames. Here's the 10. Occasionally, things will appear a little different on different time frames from wicks and bodies. So there's... did I do that right? Copy image. There you go, Mig. I feel you, John Urban. I feel you. I feel that, man. So, download image, file save to download folder. Okay, I can post this on my channel. Just wanted to pass on. You was kicked out of a call on Palantir at $3.50. It was for same day. It sold at 20%. After it kicked me out, it shot up to 20% profit. You think it was because of insufficient funds that? I'm not sure, John. I mean, if you were already in the position, it shouldn't have been because of insufficient funds. I don't know. I'm not sure, man. So let's do a 30-minute, and I'm just gonna run the volume profile. You know, Josh uses the VRVP. I usually use fixed range VP. Okay. Where's support? Where's overall support at, guys? Right here. I would dare say almost on this broken dot that we got here. That'd be 586. That's the bottom of this cluster of volume, but right here's main support at 586.80. Bottom of this shelf. Could make that a line. Make it something different. So there would be like a main support line I'd be looking for possible bounce. Bulls need to defend this level or really down to around 586. Otherwise, this puppy can come right back down here to 582 real easy. Aubrey Kane, the credit downgrade, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm not an analyst with news. I'm more of a technical day trader. Apparently it's a decent deal. Yeah, it's a decent sized deal. We've give up half of this week's gains in one after hours session. I will say, even though we moved up this week, other than Tuesday, the moves weren't super momentum. Like, they didn't have a lot of momentum behind them. If we click on the 1 hour now, you can see the 1 hour MACD cross down. I'll be looking for what it does at the 0 line. John, you can hold a 0 DTE up till closing bell. And then they will sell it at market, I think. Oz VP on Webull is there, but it's not that great. It's not very great. So this is how I would do this. I'd go like to a 1 hour and get the prior 2 weeks. And you can see, guys, this gap up has left us holding the sack here. You know, we really, we can go back and measure this pivot high up here. You can see where most of the volume is down here. That's a little ways back though. Going to that last pivot low, this we don't want to lose this upper shelf here, 584. The only difference in the VRVP, and like I say, I'm just measuring back a couple weeks. Only difference in the VRVP is I have trouble reading it more. It goes on the right side of the screen. Some people like it better. It's just a matter of choice, preference. Right here's what I don't want to lose. 586 right now. I don't want to lose that. Okay. Simple Home. This probably is a healthy pullback. This was a pretty good move this week, no doubt about it. And we need to back test something to find some decent support, and this is it. This is the line. Definitely don't want to lose this whole upper shelf that we got. Okay. All right. Any questions? Somebody said SoundHound and NVIDIA. Y'all want me to look at it while we're on? I don't know if you guys ever play with the scanner on TradingView. Anybody ever do that? Miss Odie, you welcome. Yeah, AAA down to 2A or something like that. So there is a scanner built into TradingView. It just, every platform's got their own. But you can alter what you want it, what your parameters are. Kobe, yes, sometimes I do. Sometimes I will. Right. I've been messing around with this thing a little bit, the scanner. Ice199, you're welcome. How do you get the VRVP on the screen? Is that with trading? That's with TradingView Chariots. So, yeah, let me go back to this window. VRVP. Let's see here. You go to indicators, type in visual. How is that? Was I spelling it wrong? V-I-S. There it is. Visible range volume profile. Click it and it will pop up itself. Now, it will show you what is on the screen. If I shoot way back here, now it's going to alter. So it gets harder for me to read sometimes. Now it's going to measure all this back here. I kind of like measuring myself. Now I just want to see this last pivot up right there. Now watch it alter. See, it alters. So I can't read it as well. Especially for bigger time frames, I can't read it as well. I'll say that. You can still see right up here is the big volume shelf we got to hold. Up around 586. Visual range volume profile. And you can alter any settings. I'll trash that one. I had one up here. So it prints like a indicator. Over here you can hit settings. You can change. I like to do value area as 100, so it shows you 100 of what's on the screen. And row size will make your bars smaller, somewhat more detailed. You can run it way up and get, different details. You can alter the colors. I do alter the colors on my other one. But you always need to check POC, VAL, and VAH. Your value area high, value area low, and the point of control. Check those on. Okay. Yeah, Miles is Moody's downgrade. You're welcome, Simple Home. Okay, so let's hide that and do. Somebody asked for SoundHound. Man, it got rejected right there. Oh, right where this shelf started. Can you see that? Right where this first shelf starts from this volume right here. So I would say it needs to get over this 1280 area, 1270. And then you're looking up to 1450. Got to get over that first. It's that last rejection, and that's why back here. You see this. You see all these candles on the bottom right here? All these lows? Look, run it over here. Look where we rejected off of. All these previous lows. When it came down, look, it broke over. Back tested, became support. Back tested, support. Back tested, support. Then we gapped down. When we gapped down, we lost it. Now we just retested it. Guess what? It's resistance. Right? Thank you for the super chat, Terry. Thank you. Yep. Oh. Chariots. Can you connect that with Webull? What the VRVP? You can connect your Webull to TradingView to do your orders on, but not the indicators. So there's sound. I would call 1075 support, then 925. Maybe 9. Okay. Hopefully that helps. And somebody asked for NVIDIA. This might be a real difficult one, though. Unfortunately, everything's sold off after hours, so we'll see. I'm not really great with NVIDIA, just to be honest with you. Getting a little overextended, guys, like everything. The 6-hour MACD, which is the closest I can get to a daily, is about to cross down. The RSI just crossed down, so my dog. So if this RSI will keep fading, we could come back. 122 down to about 120 would be first levels of good support. Local support at 130. Okay. Thank you, Chariots. What's up, Jonathan? DB. Yeah, let's look at before I go. We'll do SUI. Okay, I'll do the zero line for you here. Okay, here's the daily. Let's get the daily. What's up, buddy? Here's the daily. Now, DB, just a quick rundown of the MACD. When I take my mouse away, there is a broken dotted line that runs down the center. Do you see that? That is called zero. That's the 0 point, zero line. When this blue line, which is backwards from Webull, these lines are inverse on Webull, the colors. When this blue line crosses the orange line, whichever direction, it can produce a move. when this blue line crosses the middle point of the histogram is the green bars and the red bars, right? When it crosses through the 0 line, that is another indication of a move. So it can have 2 points of movement, one being the cross of the line, the MACD line and the signal line, the other one being when those fire through the 0 line of the histogram. Okay, you can see price action here. See when the blue line fires through the center line. See this candle on a daily time frame. Right there. Look at that candle. That's a hell of a move. Right? So now we have reached the top of this move for now. I will tell you the move up on the second time here in correlation with the move up here did not produce a larger move on the MACD. Instead, it was equal. Higher price with less momentum equals a little bit of bearish divergence. Okay? Now, if this price bounced here and shot up again and this moved on down, like just floated on down a little, that's even more bearish divergence. If this blue line decides to come on back down and go through this middle point, that's a full-blown down move. That's another sell signal. Going up through it would be a buy signal right there. And then when Josh initially called this thing at like 60 cents or something back in here, I think it was somewhere in this neighborhood, it got a cross up, ran through the MACD or through the histogram, and then it stayed above. It can stay above it, and it's in bullish hands. It can go up, have a little cross down, bleed back, and then rip again. Okay. I've never traded XRT, Terry. Oh, really, Jonathan? It don't allow, like it's restricted or something at work. MIG-ACE bearish divergence is decreasing it's back here. Here's your one. You see decreasing momentum. With increasing price action. You see that? All that led to decreasing RSI, decreasing momentum on the MACD. Price was still floating up. And then what happens? What happens, guys? Eventually it catches up and runs out of steam and sells off. And the same in reverse with bullish divergence. Okay. Hopefully that helps. All right, guys, I'm going to have to wrap it up. Been on for longer than I anticipated. All right, 74 people. Thank you all, man. Hour and a half. Lord have mercy. So yeah, man. I will say I will say that I really appreciate all of you all so very much. So very much. Mig, thank you for the super chat. Thanks everybody for any donations or super chats or tips. I really appreciate it. Crazy Billy, I would like to see where we open on the 24-hour session Monday or Sunday night. I would like to here we go. So I'll turn this nighttime mode on, and then Sunday night on the 18th, I want to see where we're open and how we're moving. I'll be looking for this 586 level to hold. And maybe 585 area. 586 and 585.50. I want to see how they do. And if we start bouncing and ripping, then I may drop a good amount on TQQQ and play a bounce. So right now it was starting to break my last line in the sand. So we'll see. Guys, if you want to support me, I appreciate everybody so much. Everybody's super supportive. It helps me the most if you sub to the Discord with my link. That's the biggest thing that helps me. There's always tip jars in there too, and I appreciate that very much. Anything helps. That's how I'm able to do this 5 days a week with you guys. So I really appreciate it, and there's a lot of people that already do, and I really appreciate that. And the coaching, if anybody's in line for coaching, I think I've decided I'm going to pick a day over the next few weeks, and I'm going to do that. I'll do the live stream in the morning for the family, and then I'll spend the whole day and do like 8 or 10 people at once to try to catch up, because there's a lot of emails I've not got to yet because I'm booked through June. I could start booking July now. It's crazy. And I really appreciate it. At the same time, I don't want people to have to wait a month and a half to get with me. So I am going to do that over the next few weeks. I'll take like one day a week and do like 10 people a day once a week or something like that to try to get people in on the coaching. The coaching email is in the description. Feel free to email me. Don't get discouraged if you don't hear back from a few days, because I'm just kind of waiting, and I'll answer emails Sunday night and do some scheduling. Yeah. Thanks, Jorge. Man, I appreciate you being in here, brother. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you, VCD. Oh, remind me, is it Victoria or Veronica? I always mess it up, don't I? Thanks, Crazy Billy. Mig Ace, coaching is 1:30. That's what a session is. I usually run an hour and 15 minutes. But I have stayed on with, some people need extra help or, have trouble with technology. I've stayed on 2 hours before it, just to make sure that people got what they need. So as far as what if I want, I don't, Mig, no, there's not like premium as far as, Mig, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going, that's what I was just saying. I'm going to take a day over the next few weeks, like one day a week, and I can do like 8 people in one day, 10 people in one day. Just that the whole day. I won't trade any, but I'll live stream and then I'll run like an 8-hour session and do back to back to back to back. Yeah. I wish, I don't want to charge any more than what we do, and want people to get their money's worth. I thought about doing, and we still may do, alternate class where we could do like a 10-person class on a specific topic. It gets hard over like 5 or 10 people though, because there's so much chatter. It gets hard to navigate. So I feel that, Mig. Yeah, I feel that. All right, much love, my people. I love you. If you want to support, it's in the description. You can sub with my link. That helps me out tremendously, very tremendously. And the tip jars are in there too and stuff. So, but no pressure for nothing. I'm here for you either way. All right, love you guys. Peace. Are you still considering doing a small group training, Terry? Yes, I am considering it. I have to talk with Josh about it and get his thoughts on it and approval, because he is the boss. He's my mentor. I always got Mr. Josh's back. If he called me now and said he was in trouble in Hawaii and he needed me, I'd be there as quick as I could. I would help that man do anything he needed. So I'm forever in debt to him. Yeah. I'm loyal, man. I've been hit up several times already to leave and go somewhere else. I ain't leaving. I ain't going nowhere. I'm loyal. And I'm loyal to you all. I promise you that. I spend a lot of time for you guys. I really do. And I that's not a burden. I love doing it. It's a labor of love. So I'm loyal to you guys too. I love y'all. I really do. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube if you've not. I need to grow that channel. I need to grow it. All right. Love you guys. Thanks, Mike. Peace. I'm out, guys.